Good morning. Welcome back to my channel, Trainer Coach Sujata. I'd like to share a psychological effect that is called the Pygmalion Effect with you today. The Pygmalion Effect is based on an ancient Greek story, the story of a sculptor named Pygmalion. Now, Pygmalion was very well known for his sculpting skills. He used to make beautiful marble statues. So one day, he started building a marble statue that expressed his love for the feminine. So it was his idea of the perfect feminine form or womanly form. And he made this beautiful marble statue of a woman. And lo and behold, he fell in love with that statue because he believed that the statue actually had life. So he was completely in love with her. He named her Galatea. And he believed, in talking to her, he would talk to her just as I would talk to anyone else. We would talk to people who are in fact alive. So he would talk to her in the morning, wish her the time of the day, talk to her about the kind of food that he would like to make, everything. And the kind of belief that he had in the statue actually having life was so profound that the goddess Venus, the goddess of love, turned the statue to life. So Galatea came to life and they lived happily ever after. They got married and lived happily ever after. So what does this story say? The psychological effect that we're talking about, the Pygmalion effect, says that our actions are based on the kind of expectations that we have from people. And when we actually behave in a certain way because of our expectations for that person's performance is directly impacted by our behavior and our beliefs, our expectations. So we mean that if we take it to a parent and a child relationship, if we take it to a teacher and a student relationship, or a manager and an employee based relationship, what we expect from our employee, what we expect from our child, what we expect from our student, we in fact manifest through our behavior towards him or her. So if we expect that a child is a slow learner, so he will not actually amount to anything great in life, our behaviors, our subconscious and conscious behaviors indicate that to this child, to this student. And the student will automatically rise up or fall down to these expectations. So if we behave or we believe that our child, our student is exceptional, is very gifted, is very different from the others, and our behavior indicates that to these students, automatically they rise up. They say, hey, she believes in me. My teacher, my mother, strongly believes that I can be a leader. So let me see what I can do to be that leader. I'm not talking about having overly optimistic expectations or blown out of proportion expectations for our children or our students. But I'm actually talking about the power of positive expectations. So if we were to take this and talk about another story that has deeply impacted me, the story is of Thomas Alva Edison. When he was a child of six and a half, Alva Edison was given a letter by his school, a sealed envelope by his school, and was asked to give it to his mother. Now, Alva Edison went to his mother, Thomas went to his mother, little Thomas, and the mother started reading this letter. Thomas said, Mama, why don't you read it loudly? Even I would like to hear what my school has to say about me. And the mother had tears in her eyes. And she read this out saying, your child, dear Mrs. Edison, your child Thomas is such a genius, is so gifted that we don't have a place for him. Our school is too small to house someone with such talent, with such genius. Why don't you go ahead and homeschool him? Because maybe you can do a better job than we can. Thomas was so happy. He said, okay, Mama. So they think that I'm such a genius. So let me prove them right. And all of us know who Thomas Alva Edison is. So what happened? This letter went into the archives of the house, somewhere in the antique room. And after the mother was gone, many years after the mother was gone, Thomas Alva Edison came across the letter. And when he read it, he cried continuously. What was written in the letter actually was, "Dear Mrs. Edison, your child Thomas is addled. He's mentally retarded. We will not be able to instruct him. He is hereby expelled from the school." And that was when Thomas Alva Edison thought and wrote this down in his diary, saying, Thomas Alva Edison was an addled child of a hero mother who transformed him into what he is today, a genius that the world looks up to. So this is the power of our expectations for our children, for our students, for people around us, for our spouses, for our employees in a manager and employee relationship. So how do we manifest this in a way that the person actually can see that we think positively, we expect a lot from them? 1, through the language that we use. 2, through our body language when we are speaking to that person. 3, by stating our expectations clearly and positively. In these 3 steps, we can successfully ensure that we send the right expectations and we are setting our children, our students, and our spouses, our employees, anyone who's in a relationship with us, we are setting them up for success. So this is the Pygmalion Effect. Have a wonderful, wonderful day ahead. Please try and use this Pygmalion Effect in your own life and see how it manifests in greatness for people around you. Have a wonderful day. Do subscribe to my channel. Bye-bye.